My beloved child, pause in this moment and allow my voice to gently reach the depths of your heart, for I want you to know that I am here, and I will never abandon you even when shadows fall across your path. I have been with you from the beginning, nurturing and guiding you through every breath you have taken, and in this very instant, I remain steadfastly by your side. As you inhale and exhale, remember that my love is the air that sustains you, the blanket that warms you, and the compass that leads you toward peace. Even when your world feels uncertain, I am your unshakable foundation, ready to cradle you in my boundless grace. Trust in the whispers of my presence and rest assured, for I am your shield and you are not alone. Look forward with confidence, for I promise you that great hope awaits. My precious one, you may have felt unseen or unheard amid life's clamor, but I assure you that my eyes have never left you, not even for a moment. I have witnessed your quiet sacrifices, your unwavering acts of kindness, and the silent tears you have shed when no one else was watching. You may feel too fragile or too flawed at times, but I beckon you now to place that weight of worry in my hands, for I can carry burdens far heavier than you can imagine. Do not fear your imperfections, for it is through such humanness that my perfect strength shines forth most powerfully. Believe in my promises, knowing that I will always work to fashion your trials into triumphs, so cling to me and step forward in expectancy. I want you to understand the magnitude of your worth, for you are more precious than the rarest of treasures in my sight. I formed you with such intricate care and blew the breath of life into your being, infusing you with a unique purpose that no one else can fulfill. You were not created by chance, and there is no detail about you that is accidental. Instead, you radiate with the significance of divine intention. Just as a jeweler polishes a gemstone to reveal its brilliance, I allow you to experience life's challenges so that your true radiance shines more brightly. Hold firmly to the truth that you are cherished beyond measure, and let that knowledge lift your spirit toward the promise of tomorrow. When you doubt your own value, recall that I crafted every fiber of your being with love. I etched your name upon the palms of my hands, and I inscribed the dreams and hopes I have for you deep within your soul. I delight in your every heartfelt prayer, and your joys spark celebrations in my heavenly courts. I yearn for you to see yourself through my eyes, a beloved child with immeasurable potential and a calling that resonates with the echoes of eternity. Do not fear the opinions of others when my word about you stands unshaken. Walk, then, in the light of my approval, stepping away from the shadows of insecurity, and let my divine affirmation shape your journey. Do not feel discouraged by your challenges, for nothing is beyond my power to transform. In your loneliest hours, I stand near, sharing in your silent struggles, and remembering each pang of your heart. You might sometimes believe you are walking through deep valleys alone, but even in the darkness, my presence encircles you like a warm embrace that never loosens its hold. Whether it is fear, grief, or uncertainty that troubles you, I assure you I have the remedy and the resolution. Though the storm may be fierce, you need only to look up, call my name, and trust that my arms are ready to catch you. Be emboldened, for you are held securely in my limitless grace. Take comfort in the knowledge that I govern both realms seen and unseen. There is indeed a holy reverence you must hold in your heart, for I am the one who holds the power over both your physical body and your eternal soul. Yet do not mistake this reverence for dread, because my perfect love casts out all fear that would paralyze or condemn. Instead, let a spirit of awe fill you as you contemplate my might, knowing that my heart yearns to protect and preserve you from harm. While I watch over you with authority, I also tend to you with unmatched tenderness, ensuring that you remain safe under my vigilant care. I have seen your midnight tears, And I have heard the unspoken questions that swirl in your mind when the weight of tomorrow seems too heavy to bear. You wonder if you will have enough strength, enough grace, or enough guidance for all that is ahead. Hear me clearly when I say, I am your inexhaustible supply of strength, grace, and guidance, and I will never abandon you to fend for yourself. Call to me when you feel that tremor of anxiety rising in your chest, and I will steady you with my calming presence. Rest in my promise that I have already paved the way forward, and I will illuminate each step you must take. Even in the moments when you fail or stumble, do not bury yourself in guilt or shame. I am not a distant judge seeking to condemn you for every mistake, but rather a loving Father stretching out my hands to lift you up. I see your genuine remorse, and I offer you forgiveness that washes you clean, like a gentle river carrying away debris. Let your missteps propel you closer to me, for when you rely on your own strength, you may falter. But when you rely on mine, you will stand secure. Stand in my mercy, learn from your errors, and take courage in knowing I redeem every broken piece for good. Hold on to the truth that your difficulties do not define you. Rather, they refine you. Much like fire purifies gold, trials can bring forth the hidden glow of faith in your spirit. You need not be afraid of tribulations, for I have overcome the world, and my power can manifest even in your weakest moments. Trust in my timing and my methods as I weave all experiences, both joyful and painful, into a radiant tapestry of purpose. Lift your eyes above the waves that threaten to overwhelm you, for I am the solid ground beneath your feet, helping you to stand firm even when the current is strong. I know there are times when you feel misunderstood or dismissed by others, but take heart in knowing that I, who created your heart, understand you fully. I see your worries about your family's well-being, the tension in your relationships, and the uncertainties about your career or your dreams. Bring all these concerns to me in prayer and trust that my wisdom surpasses human limitations. Let go of the urge to control every outcome and rest in the security of my far-reaching plan. Even when you do not see immediate results, remember that seeds planted in faith may lie hidden for a season before blossoming into abundant harvest. Do not fear the words or judgments of people who cannot see your soul as I can. Those opinions, while loud, fade quickly, but my truth about you stands forever. When doubts echo in your mind, come back to my promise that you are loved, chosen, and redeemed. Remember that your identity is rooted in me, not in fleeting labels or shifting cultural norms. I cherish you for the essence of who you are, a masterpiece bearing my likeness, a creation destined to shine in a world that sometimes feels dim. Let my love be the lens through which you view yourself and your purpose. I invite you to speak to me freely, just as a child speaks openly to a beloved parent. You need not dress your words in elaborate phrases or perfect expressions. Simply pour out your heart, and I will listen with all the tenderness of a compassionate father. When you feel lost for words, know that I still perceive the silent yearning behind every sigh. In that sacred conversation between us, you will find release, revelation, and renewal. So let the walls of pretense crumble, and let your heart's deepest confessions ring out, for I will never turn my face from your honest cry. It pains me to see how often you carry burdens you were never meant to bear alone. Hand over your anxieties, your regrets, and your sorrows, for my shoulders can bear them all. When you lay your worries at my feet, a holy exchange takes place. I give you my peace in place of your turmoil, my rest in exchange for your exhaustion. This is not an empty promise, but a reality I long for you to experience each time you approach me. The moment you release your grip on fear, you make space for my miracles to unfold. Dare to trust and watch how your night turns to dawn. Remember that I am both the lion and the lamb, encompassing both unrivaled might and gentle mercy. My voice can shake the heavens, yet I speak softly to calm your trembling heart. My arms rule over the expanse of creation, yet they also cradle you when you feel small and vulnerable. Embrace the fullness of who I am and see that my wrath is reserved for the forces that threaten to tear you away from me. You are precious in my sight, safeguarded by my power, and sustained by my love that knows no bounds. At times, the path before you will not be illuminated entirely. I may grant you only enough light for the next step, teaching you to trust rather than rely solely on your own planning. In such uncertainty, you grow in faith, and you learn to lean fully on me rather than on mere human wisdom. This process is not a punishment, but an invitation to deeper intimacy with me. As you proceed, remain confident that each step you take in alignment with my will leads you closer to the blessings I have prepared. Even if your vision feels clouded, my direction remains clear, guiding you toward the life I designed for you. My guidance isn't confined to special occasions or holy buildings. It is present in the mundane tasks, the everyday responsibilities, and the brief pauses in your busy routine. Let me walk with you through daily chores, commutes, and even your casual conversations. I long to be your constant companion, infusing each moment with divine purpose. Cast off the notion that you must earn my attention. You already have it. Let your normal days become sacred ground, for wherever you invite me, my holiness dwells, transforming ordinary minutes into treasured encounters with me. Sometimes you might feel restless and uncertain if you are living out your purpose. In those moments, close your eyes and remember that I orchestrated your very existence with intentionality. I placed unique gifts within you, talents, passions, even quirks that make you distinct, and I yearn to see you use them for good. Be patient with yourself as you discover how best to serve me and those around you. I will guide your hands, your mind, and your heart so that you live fruitfully, creating a positive ripple in the lives you touch. You do not walk alone, for I am here, encouraging you toward the future I've prepared. When your spirit feels weighed down by the trials of this world, remember that my grace is an active force, ever present and ever sufficient. Grace is not merely a concept, but a dynamic river of mercy flowing directly from my heart, renewing and refreshing you when you feel depleted. It cleanses your mistakes, nourishes your hopes, and empowers you to rise above the struggles that threaten to defeat you. Stay anchored in this grace, for it is a divine promise that you can stand firm under my care. Take courage, for I pour my strength into you at every turn. I understand that life's chaos can cloud your perspective, making it difficult to see my hand at work. Yet know that behind the scenes, I am meticulously piecing together solutions and orchestrating outcomes that will bless you. Even in times of waiting, my plan is unfolding, and the seeds of faith you plant today will bloom into testimonies of my faithfulness tomorrow. Sometimes, your timing and mine differ, but that does not diminish the certainty of my promises. Breathe in the assurance that I am the master planner, weaving every thread of your journey into a magnificent tapestry of redemption and hope. Your heart may carry sorrow over lost opportunities or broken relationships, and you wonder if restoration is still possible. Hear me when I say that I specialize in reviving what seems hopelessly shattered. I can mend the wounded spirit, heal fractured bonds, and rebuild what was once destroyed by misunderstanding or conflict. No situation is beyond my redeeming touch. Believe that I can bring dead dreams back to life, and do not underestimate the power of my renewal. Even when your faith feels like a faint flicker, I have the ability to fan that flame into a blazing testament of hope. Lean on me when past regrets try to haunt you. Yes, I see your history, every misstep and every regretful choice, but my forgiveness stands like an unending ocean, ready to wash over every fault. Once you confess and surrender your past to me, I cast it into the vast sea of forgetfulness, never to brand you again. Live not in the chains of guilt, for I have set you free to walk in the light of new beginnings. Cherish the lessons you have gleaned, but do not dwell in condemnation. Believe that my love redeems and makes all things new. I formed you to reflect my character in a world that often forgets what genuine love looks like. Shine forth with kindness, patience, and humility, for when you do, you mirror my heart to those around you. Compassion is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of my strength perfected in you. Even if your gestures of love seem small, trust that I multiply their effects to touch hearts in ways you may never fully see. Do not grow weary in doing good, for I watch over each seed you plant, each act of generosity, and I will reward you in due season. When insecurities gnaw at your confidence, remember that my words are the truest mirror you can look into. Let my scripture and my voice guide you rather than any fleeting negative thought that tries to anchor you in doubt. You may be tempted to compare yourself to others, thinking you fall short, but I see you through eyes of perfect compassion and acceptance. Instead of measuring your worth by worldly standards, look inward to the divine spark I lit within you, reminding you that you are my beloved creation, destined for abundant life and victory. I encourage you to stand firm in faith even when circumstances suggest otherwise. Though winds of adversity may blow fiercely, your root in my word will keep you steady. There is power in faith that refuses to waver, even when the storms grow intense. As you cling to my promises, you strengthen spiritual muscles that cannot be built through comfort alone. Do not resent these trials, but consider them an opportunity to deepen your trust in my unwavering love. And when the waves subside, you will emerge stronger, anchored in the assurance that I will never forsake you. You may sometimes feel that the weight of the world rests upon your shoulders, responsibilities at work, at home, or in relationships. Know that you were never intended to bear these loads without my help. I invite you to release each concern into my capable hands, trusting that I will handle them with wisdom surpassing your own. In your moments of surrender, you invite my supernatural power to intervene. Do not let pride or fear keep you from asking for my assistance, for I stand ready to walk with you, share your burdens, and guide you into realms of peace you have yet to experience. In your time of confusion or indecision, you can come to me for clarity. Quiet your heart and listen for my still, small voice, which often speaks through gentle nudges in your spirit or the wise counsel of people I place around you. I will never lead you astray. My guidance comes from a place of boundless love and perfect knowledge. When you feel torn between various paths, take a moment to seek me wholeheartedly, and I will direct your steps. Even if the road seems less traveled or the choice feels unconventional, trust that my ways lead to eternal gain. If you find your faith wavering, do not be ashamed. Faith, like a muscle, grows stronger with each test and each gentle workout. Come to me openly with your doubts, and allow me to replace uncertainty with assurance. You may fear that I will reject your questions, but I am not intimidated by your search for truth. Let your questioning heart bring you closer to my revelation, for in the wrestling and seeking, you will encounter a deeper dimension of who I am. And as you discover my faithfulness anew, let gratitude overflow in your heart like a living wellspring. I know that the reality of pain and suffering in this broken world can be perplexing. Yet amidst tragedy and heartache, remember that my compassion and my grief over injustice run deeper than you can fathom. I do not close my eyes to injustice. On the contrary, my heart yearns to restore what has been damaged and to comfort those in despair. It is my will that you also become an instrument of healing, channeling my love into the broken spaces around you. You have a role to play, and each act of kindness or advocacy brings more light into the darkness. Take courage, my beloved, in the knowledge that I am the ultimate guardian over both body and soul. Yes, you should hold a reverent awe for my limitless power, but this awe should draw you nearer rather than repel you in fear. My authority can rescue you from the deepest pits of despair and safeguard you from forces that would seek to harm you. Though life's battles may be intense, remember you fight under my banner, and I have already declared victory on your behalf. You are more secure than you realize, sheltered within the fortress of my steadfast presence. In the quietness of prayer, open your heart to receive my words. In that sacred conversation, you will find the reassurance that chases away anxiety and the direction that clarifies your path. Know that prayer is not merely a ritual, it is a lifeline, a direct channel to my throne of mercy. When you pray, do not worry about fancy language or elaborate ceremony. Simply be genuine, be real, and bring your whole self, your joys, your pain, your triumphs, and your confusions, before me. My ear is ever inclined toward your whispers, and my response will come, perhaps in ways you least expect. Let hope be the anthem of your days. My child, I see into your future, and though you may predict storms, I have ordained seasons of sunshine that will break through any looming clouds. I am weaving a masterpiece of goodness out of the threads of your life, even the darker strands that seem unredeemable at the moment. Cling to the knowledge that better things are coming, not because circumstances magically improve, but because I, the living God, am actively at work on your behalf. Take heart and keep your eyes on the horizon, for the dawn always follows the night. Embrace each new morning as a fresh gift of life, an opportunity to start anew. Yesterday's sorrows need not define today's song of praise. It is in the simple gratitude for the present moment that your soul finds nourishment. Look for my fingerprints in the small wonders, the warmth of sunlight, the kindness of a friend, or the quiet reassurance that you can begin again. As you cultivate thankfulness, a doorway opens in your heart for deeper joy to enter. Let your praises rise, for in your worship, you connect to the boundless reservoir of my everlasting goodness. In times when loneliness visits you, do not forget that I am the companion who never leaves your side. Even if others walk away or fail to understand, my love for you remains unwavering, drawing you ever close to my heart. Let that knowledge dissolve the lie that you are unworthy of lasting love. I chose you before the foundations of the world were laid, and I have not changed my mind about you. Stand in this truth. You are deeply, irreversibly loved. Let this awareness sink into every chamber of your heart, fortifying your spirit with immeasurable warmth and courage. I promise you that no prayer is wasted. Even if the answer does not unfold in the manner or timing you anticipate, each petition you whisper is heard. My answers may manifest as open doors, closed pathways, or a gentle stillness urging you to wait and trust. Stay persistent in prayer, for through it you align your heart with my will, and my will is always aimed at your ultimate good. If you feel discouraged, remember that your perspective is limited, while I see all angles and moments in time. Persistence in faith leads you closer to the victorious end I have prepared. I am aware of the restless nights when thoughts spin in your mind like relentless tides, pulling you into the undertow of worry. During those vulnerable hours, I stand vigil like a shepherd protecting his flock. I long to replace every anxious thought with assurance that I am in control. Let me lay you down in quiet meadows of peace, where my presence comforts you as you breathe. As you drift off, know that I have appointed my angels to guard your rest, and while you sleep, my watchful eye never dims. Greet the morning with renewed confidence, for you awake under my unwavering guidance. If you face decisions that weigh heavily on your heart, approach my throne with anticipation. I have promised to grant wisdom generously to those who ask without wavering. In your quest for clarity, do not lean solely on your own logic. Instead, open yourself to the possibility of divine insight that surpasses human reasoning. You may receive a sudden thought or a confirmed sign that sets your mind at peace. Treasure these moments of revelation, for they reaffirm that I am intimately involved in every aspect of your life. Move forward with boldness, knowing I have lit the way. Your battles, whether in your mind or in the physical realm, are not yours to fight alone. I stand as the captain of heavenly hosts, commanding forces beyond your comprehension to stand guard around you. In my name, darkness trembles, and chains that bind you are shattered. Declare the power of my promises over your life, for my word does not return void. When you speak truth, you activate heavenly authority that breaks down strongholds and frees you to live with renewed passion. Do not yield to the voice of defeat, for I have championed your cause before you even set foot on the battlefield. My faithfulness extends throughout the generations. Look back on the times I delivered you, and let those testimonies ignite your faith for the present moment. Have I ever let you wander so far that my grace could not reach you? Have I ever turned away when you called for help? Remind yourself of these evidences of my trustworthiness, and realize that I am the same today and tomorrow. Let gratitude for past rescues shape your perspective, ushering in confidence that I will once again prove myself strong in your life. You are woven into my continuing story of redemption. Let go of the past hurts that have built walls around your heart. I know it can be frightening to risk vulnerability again, especially when you've been wounded. Yet keep in mind that your heart was designed for love, not for permanent isolation. Allow me to heal those bruises and scars, breathing new life into the places that feel numb. Forgiveness may seem impossible at times, but when you hand the offense to me, I offer you the freedom that resentment cannot provide. Release the grip on old grievances and watch as new light illuminates your path to restoration and peace. I urge you to open your mind and spirit to the wonders of my word. In that timeless text, you will discover truths that transcend cultural shifts and stand as a beacon through the ages. Let these words be the bedrock upon which you construct your beliefs and aspirations. When you are unsure where to turn, anchor yourself in Scripture's timeless counsel, allowing it to refine your spirit and sharpen your discernment. Receive my eternal wisdom as your guide in all seasons, and you will remain rooted and grounded even when storms threaten to uproot all that you hold dear. As you devote yourself to reading and meditating on my teachings, you will come to see life through the lens of my eternal perspective. You will discern priorities that align with my heart, and your vision will be expanded beyond the boundaries of the immediate. Treat my word not as a dry textbook, but as a living conversation with me, for it pulses with my spirit. Embrace it daily and let it saturate your consciousness, transforming your thoughts and renewing your mind. Through it, I am always speaking, always guiding, always revealing new facets of my unending wisdom. Be patient with yourself in this spiritual journey, for growth unfolds in seasons and stages. Like a seed planted in the earth, you may not see results right away, but trust that my nourishment sustains you beneath the soil. Over time, small shoots of faith break through, eventually bearing the fruit of character, resilience, and compassion. So do not rush the process, but remain faithfully rooted in me. Even if progress feels slow, believe that each day spent abiding in my presence moves you closer to the full bloom of my design for you. One day, you will look back and marvel at how far you've come. I know that some days it takes all your strength just to stand. In those moments, Recall that my power is perfected in your weakness. You don't have to have it all together to be worthy of my help. When you admit your vulnerabilities, you create a space for my divine grace to lift you higher than you could climb on your own. Therefore, let go of the facade that you are strong enough alone and embrace my sustaining arms. I am not deterred by your frailty. Rather, I am attracted to the humility that invites my miraculous intervention. Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life, shaping your attitudes, actions, and relationships. Filter what you allow to enter your mind, be it negative influences or messages that contradict my truth. Your heart is precious territory, where my spirit seeks to dwell richly. Nurture it with words that uplift, worship that exalts my name, and friendships that encourage you toward righteousness. When you protect your heart in collaboration with me, you gain clarity of direction and a deeper capacity to love sincerely. Let my love be the sentinel that stands watch at the gate of your inner being. Stay vigilant, yet rest in my sovereignty. Yes, you should remain aware of challenges that could harm your spiritual walk, but never let worry overshadow the peace that I freely give. My child, the more you surrender your cares to me, the more you allow my peace to settle within you. Think of it as exchanging a heavy coat of anxiety for a light garment of trust. You don't have to walk this earth overshadowed by foreboding. Instead, cloak yourself in the assurance that the God who created galaxies also cares intimately about every breath you take. Let love guide your interactions with others, especially when their opinions or actions test your patience. Remember that I extend abundant mercy toward you, and I urge you to mirror that mercy in your dealings with others. Even when confronted with hostility or misunderstanding, choose to respond with grace. This doesn't make you weak. Instead, it aligns you with the eternal kingdom where love triumphs over hatred. If you find it difficult to forgive or to show kindness, call on my Spirit. I will pour into you the capacity to love beyond human limits, for I am the source of limitless compassion. Hold on to the hope of my ultimate promise, that I have prepared a place of eternal rest and joy for you. Life on earth is temporal, filled with imperfections and strife, yet your soul is crafted for eternity. The trials you face now are momentary in light of the glorious future that awaits you in my presence. Maintain an eternal perspective, letting it shape how you handle present difficulties. I want you to live with the joyful expectation that the best is yet to come. Your story does not end in sorrow. It culminates in unending communion with me. In seasons when you feel spiritually dry, do not despair. Just as land can lie parched until the rains come, so can your spirit yearn for fresh outpouring. Come to me in sincere worship and prayer, and I will pour out living water upon your thirsty soul. I will revive your passion, rekindle your gifts, and reignite your zeal for what is righteous and pure. Let this infusion of my spirit reinvigorate you, causing new life to spring forth where only barrenness seemed to reign. Be patient, because every desert eventually meets rain under my command. If doubt creeps into your mind, questioning whether I am truly involved in the minute details of your life, reflect on the daily miracles that so often go unnoticed. The beat of your heart, the breath in your lungs, the sunrise that faithfully graces each morning. These are not mere coincidences, but whispers of my constant providence. When you train your eyes to see my hand in the seemingly ordinary, gratitude will flourish and fear will dissipate. Recognize that I am not distant or indifferent. I am intimately engaged, continually orchestrating good on your behalf. Remember that I am not surprised by any crisis you may face. I foresaw every obstacle and equipped you with the resilience to conquer it through my help. Each challenge presents an opportunity for your faith to ascend to new heights and for my glory to shine more vibrantly in your life. Never mistake a season of difficulty as evidence of my absence. Instead, let it remind you of my faithful promise to turn all things around for good for those who love me. Embrace the process, for in doing so, you learn the deeper language of trust that transforms fear into fortitude. Embrace the idea that while you may stand in awe of my power to affect the eternal destiny of souls, my overwhelming desire is to lead you into the fullness of life and fellowship. I do not delight in threats. Rather, I long for you to choose life and love over separation and despair. The reverence you hold for my sovereignty should be anchored in this truth. I, who have the power to judge, have also chosen to extend lavish grace. Hold these realities in balance, recognizing that divine justice and divine mercy are inseparable facets of my heart. I see the dreams that quietly live in the corners of your heart, some that you hesitate to voice aloud for fear they might be too grand. Bring them to me with childlike wonder, for I adore hearing your aspirations. If these desires align with my good purposes, I will guide you toward their fulfillment, often in ways more wondrous than you anticipate. If a dream is not meant to be, trust my redirection, for I have a vantage point that spans eternity. Don't bury your passions out of fear. Instead, surrender them to me and watch how I orchestrate each step. In the midst of global uncertainties, natural disasters, societal unrest, and moral confusion, know that my throne remains secure. History unfolds under my watch, and while the world may quake, my kingdom is unshakable. You, dear one, belong to that eternal kingdom, and no external upheaval can remove you from my protective hand. Let your security rest not on worldly systems, but on the foundation of my eternal reign. In times of widespread fear, be the beacon of calm confidence, testifying that you serve a God who transcends the turmoil of any era. Speak life into your own soul, for I have gifted you with the power of words. Bless yourself and others with declarations that reflect my promises instead of curses rooted in doubt or anger. Words carry the potential to build or to break, so let your lips be a fountain of blessing, encouragement, and truth. As you do, you will find that negativity has less hold on your emotions, and that hope becomes more than just a concept. It becomes the language of your everyday experience. By aligning your speech with my heart, you partner with heaven to bring transformation. When others wrong you or fail you, let love be your guiding principle. Yes, boundaries may be necessary, but do not let bitterness fester in your heart. Bitterness is a toxin that blinds you to my good plans and robs you of peace. Forgiveness is the antidote, freeing you to walk in the liberty that my Son demonstrated on the cross. Remember, I first forgave you, expecting nothing in return but a heart ready to extend the same grace forward. In a world often governed by retaliation, let your life be a counterculture of mercy that demonstrates my kingdom's true essence. Never underestimate the power of worship in your darkest hour. When despair threatens to consume you, lifting your heart in praise shifts your focus from the problem to the problem solver. Worship creates an atmosphere where my presence becomes palpably real, renewing your mind and fortifying your spirit. Sing your praises, even if your voice trembles. Dance in reverence, even if your feet feel heavy. Let your thanksgiving rise like incense, and watch as the shadows of gloom dissipate, replaced by my comforting light. In those sacred moments, you comprehend anew that I am bigger than every storm. My child, I urge you to take each new sunrise as a divine invitation to grow in grace and compassion. Let your love for me and for others deepen so that your life bears testament to my transformative power. Do not shrink back in the face of harsh realities. Instead, shine the warmth of compassion on the needy. Speak truth in places that crave authenticity and stand firm for righteousness. In doing so, you allow the fragrance of my goodness to permeate every interaction. Through your actions, you become my hands and feet, revealing my heart to a world starved for genuine hope. When disappointment knocks, remind yourself that not all closed doors are rejections. Sometimes they are redirections toward a path better aligned with my purposes. I see the totality of your journey, and I know which doors should remain locked for your benefit. Trust my wisdom, for I will not withhold any good thing from you. Open yourself to new perspectives, for what seems like a detour might be the very road that leads you to a destiny greater than you imagined. Surrender your plans to me, and allow my higher plan to set your course. Live in the awareness that your life is a precious gift, designed to reflect the splendor of my love and radiate it to others. You have a role in my story, a narrative that spans millennia and beckons you to be an active participant. There is meaning and purpose in every breath you take. Waste no opportunity to share kindness, to sow seeds of peace, or to lift someone's weary spirit. These simple acts are the building blocks of a legacy that echoes into eternity, a monument of love erected for my glory and for the blessing of generations to come. I want you to be vigilant, yet I do not want you to live in terror. Reverence me by recognizing my immense power, but let my unconditional love flood your heart, dispelling the shadows of fear. When you rest in the knowledge that I am your final authority, you also come to realize that I am a father who desires your well-being above all else. This duality, my supreme power and my unending compassion, brings you both security and awe. Let this understanding guard your heart from panic, filling you instead with a faith that no storm can shake. In the face of pain or persecution, keep in mind that I am the one who vindicates. You do not need to seek vengeance or harbor hatred. Instead, stand upright in integrity and let my justice prevail. When you respond to hardship with integrity and trust, you create space for my miraculous interventions. I see the tears you cry when misunderstandings arise, and I stand ready to turn your tears into testimonies. Patience in adversity is not passivity. It is an active declaration of trust in my righteous governance. Hold on to hope, for I promise to bring forth justice in due time. As you journey forward, prioritize moments of stillness with me. The world clamors for your attention with its endless demands, but in solitude, you will discover that my voice becomes clearer. Embrace times of silence, where you can hear the gentle whisper of my guidance and feel the soothing presence of my love. Turn off the noise, be it electronic or mental, and let your spirit settle into my embrace. In the calm, you will receive revelations, insights, and the strengthening of your faith. Seek these sacred pauses regularly, and you will find them to be your fortress of peace. Every promise I have whispered or thundered through the ages is accessible to you. They were not given as empty gestures. They hold within them the breath of my spirit, ready to erupt in your life. Lay claim to these promises in your prayers, speak them over your circumstances, and watch how my word comes alive. Do not allow disappointment to silence your declaration of truth. When circumstances contradict my promises, stand firm on the knowledge that my word endures forever. In time, you will see my faithfulness confirm what your heart has believed. Let love be your motivator in all things, for it transcends cultural, generational, and linguistic barriers. It is love that moved me to create you, to sacrifice for you, and to empower you. When my love saturates your heart, fear loses its grip. Let your every word and action flow from this reservoir of divine affection, and you will find that your influence grows in ways you never predicted. Love, in its purest form, disarms hostility and reminds souls of the hope they long for. By choosing love, you partner with me in unveiling the kingdom of heaven on earth. I have placed you in a community a network of relationships that can shape and refine your character. Cherish fellowship with those who also seek me, for you can strengthen each other with testimonies of faith and acts of service. Bear each other's burdens, share each other's joys, and challenge each other to deeper devotion. In unity, the reflection of my love shines brighter, illuminating hearts that crave genuine connection. Likewise, be open to receiving help as much as you offer it, for humility is a gateway to deeper bonds that mirror my relationship with you. As the tapestry of your life continues to unfold, never forget that I remain constant. Though seasons change and people come and go, my love for you stands firm as a rock that cannot be moved by storms or eroded by time. This love is your anchor in both triumph and tribulation, your compass that points you back to the heart of faith when you stray. Let it be the bedrock upon which you build your aspirations, your dreams, and your identity. In my unwavering affection, find the courage to become all that I have designed you to be. I bless you now, dearest one, with my peace that surpasses human logic, calmness that stabilizes your soul amid chaos, and joy that endures beyond temporary highs and lows. Walk forward in the freedom of this blessing, confident that my hand steadies your every step. Do not dwell on what you lack, but focus on the bounty of my grace that meets every need. Live each day with expectancy, for I am a God of abundant blessings, always ready to surprise you with mercies new each morning. Let this day be the beginning of a deeper journey into my unconditional love. May you stand tall, knowing that you are a precious child of the Almighty, created with a destiny etched in my eternal plan. Lift your head high, for you bear my image, a reflection of hope, faith, and boundless compassion. Do not let the voices of self-doubt or external criticism dim the brilliance I placed within you. Instead, let your life shine as a beacon of my glory, drawing others to the refuge of my embrace. Your journey is a narrative of hope, penned by my own hand. Embrace it, rejoice in it, and move forward in the fullness of my promise. As you near the conclusion of this sacred conversation, let my abiding affection dwell richly within you. My love is the steady drumbeat that has resonated through these words, and it is the same love that will accompany you in every valley and every mountaintop. Carry with you the knowledge that I am devoted to your flourishing, that I have staked my name and my reputation on your redemption. Let that fact embolden you to face life's challenges with unwavering courage. You are not alone. I stand guard over your spirit, your mind, and your body, both now and forevermore. My beloved, keep your eyes on the horizon, where hope and promise converge. The path may twist and turn, but every bend is an invitation to deeper dependence on my wisdom. Do not be dismayed when you cannot see the finish line, for I know precisely where you are headed, and I walk with you step by step. Take my hand, cling to my words, and trust my heart. Your future is held securely in my grasp, and I will never fail you. Stay steadfast in faith, for you are journeying toward victories I have already ordained. In closing, I reaffirm with unchanging certainty, my love for you shall never diminish or fade, for it is woven into the very essence of your being. Know that my promises remain your sturdy foundation, and my blessings follow you wherever you go. I will safeguard your dreams, shield your family, and uphold your hopes. Do not fear, for I am by your side, the one who can guard both your physical life and your eternal soul. Embrace this moment in confidence, aware that I have equipped you with everything necessary to flourish under my protective gaze. And remember, the best is yet to come. Amen.